January 13th, 2018. Pretty sure it's the right year. A lot of times I forget. No, I'm just messing with you. But I'm pretty damn sure it's 2018. But who knows? Could be 2018, or we could just be all in a big universal mindfuck type scenario. Anywho, first time I've ever had a fire in winter, outdoors, with snow on the ground, and it be raining. I'm not sitting in the rain. I got that issue fixed with a like cabana summer canopy that's waterproof. It's keeping me dry, so that's nice. If I didn't have this, I would not be doing this, because I do not like getting wet at all. So far this year, we've probably gotten, I don't know, I think probably 40 inches maybe. Last year was much colder and much snowier for us. That was because there was a Rex block out in the western Pacific, so it caused a lot of troughiness in the west and ridging in the east. First time I've actually ever experienced that since I became an amateur meteorologist. I've been an amateur meteorologist since, let's see, oh no, I've been an amateur meteorologist since, maybe since I was 16. I'm 30 now. I love your channel, Mr. Oppenheimer. You and Adapt 2030. I discovered Adapt 2030 about September to October to potentially maybe July of 2016, and it was just clicking in my head what he was saying. Absolutely. And then I came across your channel, Mr. Oppenheimer, I don't know, maybe about, I would say, honestly, I can't pinpoint it, maybe 8 months ago-ish, to potentially up to a year. I love your sense of humor. I love it when you add in those sly little comments. I love it, man. Do more, please, please, please. Oh, another YouTube channel I really like is Thor News. I like how he talks and how he presents himself. It's pretty cool. He has some really good information too as well. And so anyways, back to Adapt 2030. I discovered him, like I said, it was clicking. And I realized that yeah, global warming's just a major fraud at that point once I found your guys' channels. The one thing I cannot understand about Adapt 2030, you, Mr. Oppenheimer, and Thor News, I'm not sure if you guys have mentioned it, but I'm pretty damn sure that you guys are aware of the top 1%. You know, the Bilderbergers, Rothschild family, all the big honchos. Their overall mission statement is to get worldwide population down to 500 million. They don't have to do a thing. Mother Nature's going to do it for them. Straight up, plain and simple, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not sure if it's a taboo, like a really big, like high taboo thing that you guys aren't supposed to be talking about. But yeah. I'll say this much. I have started to prepare in one degree or another. I shall keep that information to myself. But the one thing I'm so most concerned about is I live in a house with up to as many as 8 guys at once. There has to be a minimum of 5 for us to get all our bills paid. We've never been below 4, but when we're at 4, we are definitely hurting. We have to raise our rent. But anyhow, we're full now, because no one likes to be homeless in the wintertime. And we got this one guy named Bam Bam. He moved in here, I don't know, probably like October of 2017. And Bam Bam, he a big dude. He a huge dude. He is a orca whale of a dude. He's just really big. He's a nice guy and all, but he gets real testy really fast, you know what I mean? But anyways, he eats one massive meal. And Mr. Oppenheimer, I'm not sure if you're like me and all, but the things I've collected and managed to obtain and gather and save more, I see as mine and mine only. Straight up, period. I do not like sharing with nobody. Because what I've saved and what I got, I've worked hard for it. Why should anybody else be allowed to mooch off of my hard work? I see it as totally disrespectful, ignorant, irresponsible, ridiculous. The list just goes on and on and on. And I'm so worried because your second to recent video of that second inbound cold spell, just every video you put out, Mr. Oppenheimer, just reinvigorates me, because when I see what's coming, I don't get depressed. What's the word? It motivates me to make the proper steps to at least be comfortable after the stores run dry. That's really the only thing I want, is to be comfortable up to, I'll put it out, 1 year after the store shelves go dry. That's going to be my goal. Then after that 1 year's up, and if I'm out of food, I guess I'll be like rest of the people. However, the federal government is not going to let us run around the countryside with our heads cut off like chickens. This is why they built FEMA camps. Click, click, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Please put the connection together, sir. But, so, yeah, with all that being said, that's just not going to happen. So, until they come knocking on my door, I will at least be comfortable until you guess what they would classify it as being humanely euthanized. But, like I said, it does not sadden me, not one bit. It really interests me to do more research, find out more interesting facts. The facts you have of the cold weather, the storms, and the records being broken. It just inspires me, like I said, to at least be prepared for a good 1 solid year after the store shelves run dry. My grandmother is so anti-Trump, so pro-global warming. It's so sad because she recently turned 90 back in July. Extremely smart woman, extremely stubborn, so stubborn. So I know there's no way of me being able to convince her of this. Her time is coming to be passed on to the other side. She's still really healthy. She still owns her own house and whatnot. And, she's just so stubborn. She has fallen for global warming hook, line, and sinker. She thinks that since we have cut down, she thinks or read or saw on probably MSNBC, one of the mainstream media crap holes, saying that we've cut down like 90% of all at least of the South American rainforest, which takes out a lot of the CO2 out of the atmosphere. She's like, well, how do you explain that? I was like, Grandma, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but the oceans actually take out a huge, substantial more amount of CO2 than the rainforests do. She's like, oh. And then she just brought up another point. But my mother's also global warming side, but definitely not as much as my grandmother. And I'm starting to convince her to the other side. But like I said, I'm just having a fire on a rainy, chilly night in Spokane, Washington. Keep up the great work, Mr. Oppenheimer. I love your channel because you're spitting out videos like most videos I've ever seen spit out one day. It's maybe like 3, 4. Spit them out more. I'll watch every one. I love Adapt 2030 because he's the one that originally got me into it. Because initially, I didn't want to believe in global warming because I've always liked the snow. So I wanted to snow more and more. Kind of wanted it to be like unlimited snow for like 8 months. But with that being said, crops wouldn't be able to grow. Or they would be able to grow, but probably not to a great amount if it snowed, say, 6 inches every day for 8 months and melted and snowed. But I'm digressing. But like I said, first fire ever in the rain, in the snow, with Amazon cabana type waterproof tent. It was, I believe, like, I don't know, 80 bucks off of Amazon. But yeah, Mr. Oppenheimer, keep up the great work. You're a smart man for, I'm not sure if you've ever said your first name, but that's incredibly smart. I'm not saying your first name. I know you live in Southwest Colorado. You don't give up that spot either. That's also very smart. Yeah, I know you'll be able to sustain yourself much longer from what I can. Like I said, I just would like to not have to deal with the hectic, chaotic hustle to the store. Like, oh no, there's no food. I just want to be comfortable before, as what I said, to be humanely euthanized. Because this life is merely nothing but a portal. A portal that goes where? I don't know. Because I'm this human being in this lifetime on this planet. And like I said, I've died over and over. Well, I've died flatlined, dead, needed to be CPAP'd. That I know of twice. Almost got a horrible DUI accident. Almost accidentally killed a little boy. None of it happened. Both times that I was clinically dead, I'm here. Almost in that boy, did not happen. I'm here having my freedom. Not in prison. Not in jail. And I finally came to the conclusion that reason being is that I need to share this information with as many people as I possibly can. And if I could just convince them enough to look you guys up on YouTube, I'm sure if they were as intelligent enough for me to even think of bringing these topics up with them, for them to understand that they would get something out of it, and they'll be, wow, they're so right. You know, that's not right, this is right, and for them to spread it on. Anyways, Mr. Oppenheimer, you have a great night. I'm going to send this video to you. You can watch it or not, but I'm just going to more or less put it up for my personal goods. Alright, pedo.